Hi everybody, Sean Holsinger here from HolsingersFlyShop.com, bringing you another video this week. This time we're going to tie a Peccary Jig. I've been tying these and I've been fishing these too, and they caught a lot of fish, especially muddy water, stained water. I like to use a darker colored fly, and this is a good example of a dark colored fly. I tie it on a jig hook, 450 BL from Hannick. I also tie it on, if you watch many of my videos, I tie a lot of barbless. So I also tie it on a Firehole 633 with just a regular tungsten bead. So whatever you have around the shop, or your house, whatever you like to tie with, that's fine. You don't have to tie it on a jig hook. Tie it on a regular hook. Tie it on a Daiichi. Whatever you like to use, whatever you have available to you. But one disclaimer I do want to give you with this: the Peccary hide. If we order 6 packs of Peccary hide into the shop, you're going to get Flank. Actually, it's Peccary Flank. You're going to get 6 different colors of Peccary Flank. It's all going to be variegated with a white, black up through it. But some of them are going to be heavy on the black. Some are going to be heavy on the white. It's just luck of the draw and what you get. No two humans are the same, no two Peccaries are the same, and you're just getting a small piece. You see you're getting like a 2-inch square piece of hide here, and it makes a great fly. It doesn't really matter if it's heavy on the dark. I like the dark ones. The one I'm using here it's pretty even. So anyhow, I'm going to get into showing you how to tie this. I've been fishing it and I've had a lot of success on it. Pat that comes into the shop, he's onto it too, and we both kind of tied it at the same time and I've been working on it, and boy, we've caught a lot of fish on it. So sit back and watch how to tie it. Okay, here's the Peccary Jig. You can see I tied this one with a gold bead and a hot spot collar. Looks real nice and fishes well that way. I also tie them with black nickel. I'm going to tie this one for you here on the video with black nickel bead. And it's not that hard to tie. I will say, like I said in your video earlier, you can see here's a piece of Peccary. You can see how this one's a lot darker with some white mixed in it. The piece that I have here that I'm going to use on this one is a lot lighter with some dark mixed in with the light. There's not really a whole lot of uniformity to the Peccary. That's one thing I don't like about it, but that's nature, and you have to deal with nature. This is a piece of hide off of a javelina. Most people know it more commonly as a javelina, I would say, and but the other name for it is Peccary. And this is a flank, piece of skin off the flank, off the side of it. We're going to put on some lead. We're using lead wire 0.025 size. I'm tying on a size 12 Hannick 450 BL hook. And the bead is a 1/8 tungsten slotted bead, or a 3.5 millimeter in black nickel. So we're going to use some brown 70 denier thread, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up right behind that lead, and I'm going to smooth it out and make a nice smooth transition from the shank of the hook up onto that lead. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a tail. For the tail, I'm going to use some Coq d'Leon like I usually do on most of my check nymph flies, and this is a very good check nymph style pattern. Like I said, heavily weighted. Weight it more, weight it less. However, I would do some. You can use some lighter lead, make more wraps, or use no lead at all, just a tungsten bead, depending on. So you have a couple different options for your water conditions. We're just going to put the Coq d'Leon on top, and we're going to wrap it back to the bend of the hook. Okay, and we don't want it to roll over. We want that to shoot straight off the back here. So whenever we get to where it starts to roll over the hook, that's where we're going to stop, and we're going to wrap it back forward. Another thing you can do is you can put a wrap right underneath that and pull it up tight. I'm not going to on this one because I got it how I like it there. And that'll give us we got a nice transition up onto that lead there. Now, for the hide, what we're going to do is we're going to pull one of these strands of hair off of the patch of hide. And I just pull it off. I don't cut it. You don't need to. It's not that strong. And we're going to tie it down by the tip end. These things have split ends a lot of times, almost all the time I would say. And we're going to tie it down by them split ends. And then one thing you need to do is you need to be careful, because these are really brittle and they will break on you. So you don't want to use a lot of tension when you start tying this on. I do use my hackle pliers, as you see here, and I wrap away from me. And we're just going to wrap this forward, putting it side by side the whole way up. Sometimes these fibers will break on you. Just pull it off, unwind your thread, start over. It's no big deal. It's gonna happen, I guarantee it. And we're just gonna wrap this the whole way up. On this size 12, I've been finding that I've had to use 2 strands of hair to get it the whole way up there. So I'm just gonna tie that off there, and I'm gonna put another one on real quick. So come in with another one I gotta rip off here. Try to pick a darker one so I get more dark for the rest of the way up. Alright, I just like I love the look of the Peccary. It has such a nice variegated look. You know, it changes from dark to light to dark. And we'll just continue wrapping this the rest of the way up there. Now, one thing I have found, I've fished this and I've caught a good many fish on it, and from fishing it, one thing I learned that you need to seal this down somehow. I like the ribbing effect of it. You kind of lose the ribbing a little bit when you seal it, but this stuff is brittle and it's only going to give you about 3 good fish. So what I use is some UV fly finish flow. Use some head cement, whatever you have, whatever you typically normally use will be fine, but seal it with something, or else you're just not going to get that many fish out of it. So there you can see the variegated look, how the color changes in it. Just going to hit it with my light to cure the glue real quick. Okay, now we're going to put a collar on this, and just going to add a little bit of wax, and we're going to use some SLF Prism in chocolate brown. I've been using a lot of this color. I really like that color. And we're just going to kind of touch dub it on there just a little bit. Okay, now dub it on. Get it good and tight, because I don't want this stuff, when you fish it, it works its way out. And just has an awesome buggy look to it. I love using this stuff. But I don't want to make a huge collar that overpowers the fly. And that's about perfect right there. So we're just going to whip finish this off real quick. And I'll tell you what, I'll put a hot spot on this just to show you how. I'll just make a small whip finish on that, like 3 or 4 wraps to secure it. And then I'm going to come in with some orange thread. This is 140 denier orange thread. And I'm just going to make about 3 wraps to hold that on, and then, you know, 2 over the tag end there, just to tie it into place, and then whip finish it again, and that will give me that'll tie that off and secure it and give me a nice hot spot collar. So that's all that's to this fly. It's one you need to have in your box if you're a big nymph fisherman, especially. This has been very productive for me. This is a great high water, stained water fly. I've had a lot of success with it in stained water because of the dark color. I tend to do better. I think the fish see it easier. And give this fly a try. It's not hard. We have the materials to tie it at the shop at holsingersflyshop.com. And like always, guys, take the time to like our Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube page, because we come out with a video once or twice a week. If you subscribe to our channel, you'll be constantly updated with the new videos when they come out. So you'll be in the know whenever I have a new video. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Sean Holsinger.